Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 137 of Moogle Go Around Radio. We're getting so close to 150, Paul. I still don't know what I'm doing. What we're doing.
Oh no, I'll just go with you. You have the big brain ideas. I was like, yeah.
How are you doing today?
Sounds like the plan is show up. Is what it sounds like at the moment.
Well,
That's my plan for every episode. Just show up.
There is. I was going to announce our guest, but there is. I can't believe it. We're going back on. It's been, I think, been over a year since we had him on last, maybe two. If you want to learn about different types of news and also raid strats, we've got Mr. Happy on. Hey, mate, how are you doing?
Hey, right as the show started, an S rank spawned. By the way, because I'm hunting right now.
It's more than what I'm doing. I'm just sat in front of a regiment board, hoping that 25 minutes. Okay, look, I'm trying to get them Grand Company priority seals so I can do more gambling. I want more gambling.
I have not done any of those. Not a single one, I think.
Really?
That's all he cares about. Gambling.
I'm too busy hunting.
No, I want those mounts. Like, I want the Dodo mount, even if it'll take forever and a billion years, and it's probably better to just do heaven on high.
Yeah.
It would be easier. But gambling.
Gambling.
Chili, you have a problem. This is why we've asked Mr. Happy to come here. It's an intervention now. Chili,
If you want me an anti-Gamba, I am the wrong person. Let me tell you.
So how's Genshin Impact doing you?
Yeah, I'm a gotcha. I watch slot streams. I play gotcha games. I am the wrong person for the intervention. I'm the anti-intervention. The enablevention.
You're not the only one. I'll be honest, when I was watching your stream, I was playing a new Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Oh God.
I was able to play one match the entire time. I swear, for anyone that's downloaded it, they really need to change the animation times because each match is just way too long. It takes like forever.
But I mean, you need to shout out what Pot of Greed does. So
yeah, but I mean a turn takes about 5 minutes sometimes.
Well, I had a turn take fucking 10 minutes because the guy kept lagging because he was on like a Switch or something, or he was on his phone. So I was sitting there going, okay.
I mean, have you watched an actual Yu-Gi-Oh like tournament? The judges or whoever need to spend like 10 minutes looking through the decks doing like shuffles and cuts because there's like a billion special summons. It's ridiculous.
I pendulum summon my special summons.
Don't say those words anywhere. Please.
And I'm like, I place one. My turn. Your turn next. Well,
your turn next. Let me just summon this, summon that. Oh yes, the face down position. It activates some special effect. I'm sitting there like, I quit after Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. What the fuck's all this?
Anyway, we've got you on to talk about raiding, but before we get into that topic, I was told to ask you about cake.
Listen, I just ate I ate one egg before the show. Do you want me to go eat cake too? We can't even see the cake. I'm the only one who gets to enjoy the cake.
The ASMR cake? I don't know.
No, you don't want me to ASMR cake. You don't want me to ASMR anything.
No, not really. I'm sorry for suggesting that.
ASMR cake.
But no, seriously, is there any local cakes you would recommend, like in your state, if there is any?
I didn't know I had local cakes. I just always go for the chocolate.
Okay.
Or a tres de leches cake.
What about Death by Chocolate? That's a good.
I want that on my obituary. Yeah.
No, that's an. I think, is that just a UK based cake? Because that's a cake here.
Whoa. I just eat the cake. I don't ask questions about the cake.
See, I have nut allergies, so I have to ask about every cake.
That makes sense.
See, I don't have to do that. I'm fat. We have a next
door
neighbor that bakes cakes. Yeah. Like, she literally bakes cakes constantly, and she just sends them over, and I'm sitting there going, I need to lose weight, but this cake's so good though.
Just think about the calories from picking up the fork. That's what I always do.
Ask for her to leave them there, so you can have to walk to hers to get the cake.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's not very far.
It's still more calories than.
It's still more calories than walking. Yeah, it is true.
But no, with the new tier of raid coming out recently. Well, I say recently, but it's been what,
1 week 4.
3 weeks?
This is the fourth week.
Oh wow,
now.
Man, it feels like it hasn't been that long. The normal raid came out, of course, 2 weeks after the expansion, and then the Savage came out 2 weeks after that. You beat 4 really fast, didn't you? I think even like in the first week and a half, or was it even the first week?
We beat it the next day after it came at
That's
noon,
insane.
Around noonish. So it was about 32 hours, I want to say, total.
Too bad.
Not too bad.
What did you think? Well, it's impressive. It's amazing. What do you think of this raid tiers? Raid tier though. What did you think it was as difficult as the last set at first?
I don't even think about this. So the first tier is almost always one of the easiest tiers. And that's just because it's the start of the expansion. They take it easy. I think they said for Eden, they dialed back the everything about 15% compared to what they would have done if they had released the exact same content like later in the expansion. And so difficulty is never really a concern for the first one. It is mostly about fun, where we want to know like kind of what habits they're developing, what the theme is. Because last expansion, for example, pretty much every raid was what we called Protean stack, where everybody needs to get to a clock spot to bait a conal, and then tanks and healers and DPS need to like stack up into four groups of 2. That was like the number one theme. So we now have seen what they're doing with this one. So this is going to set the precedent for like what we expect going forward. And
do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, and they did a really good job. I was shocked at how fresh it felt, and at the same time how would I put it? It was just fun. I don't dislike a fight in this tier, and that's amazing. I can't remember the last time that happened in several expansions.
I mean,
Paul, you're ahead of me when
fight. I do have one fight I don't like, and that is Phoenix. Even in normal, haven't touched
the colors. It's the colors.
It's the colors, and in normal, a lot of people get tricked out by the AoEs. Me, I actually know I can actually see it now. I think that's cool, but my favorite is turn 2 with aggressive hug strat.
That's a lot of people who really like two surprised a lot of people.
I love it. It's so fun. The aggressive hug strat is just so much fun. I don't know why, but I got to enrage last weekend of it. Fortunately, we had to hug a couple of people because one person was down with COVID and she's alive now. You know, not dead, thank God. But yeah, so it was just a lot of fun. I like most of the fights. I've watched most of the fights, but I can't wait to get to that last fight because that
can confirm.
We're still on. We just finished P1S in my group. We finished it this week. Actually, we got a clear. We kept getting unlucky, and people had real life stuff to do, so we ended up having pugs. We had like 2 nights where we actually had the full group. But once we actually had the full group, we actually cleared pretty good. So I'm excited to try 2 this weekend. But I really dislike 2 normal, so I'm also worried about 2S.
You're far from the only person who dislikes 2 normal, but almost everyone I know who was afraid of 2 savage ended up liking it.
Okay, good. Well, okay. I know this sounds weird, but it's always the first mechanic that always messes me up in normal. And that, if I don't think about it afterwards, it can mess me up the entire time. Because often it's the first double marker, where he shoots one way and the other way at the same time. You gotta go to a corner. For some reason, the first time, every other time I'm fine, but the first time it happens, and if it's in like a straight line, it messes me up. I don't know why, but 90% of the time that's my mess up. So I am excited to try Savage 2 this weekend, but I'm also worried. So I
think it'll be fine.
I'm healing it, so I have to be fine. I am a sage here.
I would definitely recommend being fine in that case.
Just the Reaper DPS. I don't care about them.
As long as you live.
Yep, as long as I live and use Hellgate and look sexy while doing it, it's great.
Talking about sexy, I bought that Ultimate gear, that Omega gear, and I am dressed as it now, and I feel like my Lalafell has a belly with it, and I both like and dislike it.
I mean, if I wear that in real life, I would have a belly.
Yeah, I don't think I could buy a sizable fit in real life if I was wearing it.
Nor
would I be able to go in public.
The first time I saw that, by the way, I literally thought it was people modding, because I have like some people that do mod on the timeline, and I was like really confused. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I actually found out, it's been added to Mox.
Yeah, Tibet Salt's done his first Savage clear where it's relevant. He hasn't really done Savage at the same time as it being out. So congratulations to Tibet Salts for that, by the way.
I do think this is a great like time to start raiding. If you came into like Endwalker, obviously when the big hype train kind of started, where a bunch of WoW people started coming over, and if you like just have started raiding now, I think this is a good time, like good tier to start, because it's fairly easy. Like when you get the mechanics down, and the DPS checks are not too hard, which I got very concerned with because I thought they'd be really annoying. But when you're like, is Enrage coming now? We've died we've like done a full wipe. We've had to healer LB, and it's like, oh no, this is a clear, and I'm like, oh. Really?
Yeah, the first tier is normally like that, especially for the first 2 fights. Even subsequent tiers are normally like that for the first couple fights. But in the second or third tier, you might see an Enrage a little more frequently on the first 2 fights. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the rule we follow when we're doing hardcore prog is every pull is a kill pull. as long as we can get the boss to about 30%. Because it's rare the boss surprises you in those first 2 fights in the final stretch. And that's pretty much what ended up happening with 1 and 2. As soon as we got past, sorry about that. As soon as we got past Intemperance 2 on the first fight, we basically just won that same pull. Even though we had like 5 deaths and like 13 damage downs across the entire pull.
That was a fun mechanic, actually. Temperance. I actually found that really fun. Not because I like, again, I'm dyslexic, so like seeing the mechanic and like, oh, okay, I just got to change colors. I love that.
I didn't find that mechanic that difficult, just because I'd done so much Bojin. It reminded me of the Bojia fight. Yeah, the not Shiva fight in Bojia. So
yeah, Katy Perry.
Yeah,
yeah. The big thing that gets people is everyone thinks you can just solve for your own all the time, and I've seen it with a lot where we've talked about how, you know, if under this condition you need to do something different. You're like, why can't you just solve for yourself every time? And people forget that you need to meet the condition of all 3 waves. And if everyone just solves for themselves, half the time one of the cubes just blows up on its own in the second set. So there's a lot of people who don't fully comprehend what it means to do all 3 of the sets of mechanics. And that could get frustrating in the Party Finder. That's why tank damage down is so popular, because people can't do it.
That's what all the about.
I wish they were memes. No, they're very real.
Oh, they're real.
Yeah, I was thinking about leveling up a primal character so I can like pug on stream occasionally, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to jump in. Like, I know I've got a character on primal that's leveled up because I'm strange and all my characters are North American data set, so I raid on North American
British male who lives in Britain.
Aether and primal. Those are my So
that and you do have a character on EU, but you only did it just to do as I said, you only did it just to do
Eureka.
Oh,
that
was
it.
Eureka. That was it, and then just no go play it again.
Guess what? I'm leveling up on Crystal so I can do Eureka again.
I mean, why don't you do what all the cool
I have
kids
an
are doing,
addiction
like
to
Mr.
Eureka,
Happy,
okay?
Mio.
You know, you can
go on OC.
There's this really weird thing you can do with Eureka. You can go in with the first character you did it on, and you can still do it with that character without making it.
Yeah, but then I can't level up.
You can level down to level back up if you really want to.
Just keep dying constantly.
Just die once and then gain a third of a level again. Bam, level 60.
Yeah, but them challenge logs. I do have 3 characters through Eureka now and 1 through BA, and that's only because everyone knew that I was never doing BA and I was just doing Eureka just to Eureka. That they said that if I don't do BA by like Endwalker, I had to become something so.
You had to become a bunny boy.
Yeah, and I didn't want to become anything but Lalafell because Lalafell.
Was it bunny boy? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a bunny.
I mean, I like it because when people want to dare move around, do something, it's always Chili that gets the afterburner. I don't do shit. It's great. It's great. It's like, oh yeah, we'll dare move around, do something. It's just Chili. I'm sitting there like, I know. Get the day to sit back.
No, that's a lie, Paul. You would dare to do something, but if we reached the target and we didn't make it. Yeah, but you had to do Vermilion.
Yep, and no one.
Nobody wants to put Paul through Vermilion.
But no one wants to put me through pain. Just you.
If I put a challenge right now, we'll instantly hit it somehow.
Chili has to get gold in the next feast.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
No, it will. He didn't say this one. He said the next.
No, there's no more, is there? It's over now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking just PvP, not particular. Yeah. Okay. No, you got me there. That's technicality. I'll take it.
Yeah. And I've already got the superior title for Feast, Silver Wolf. So I was thinking about going for gold, but then I got silver. I'm like, I'm done. I gave it a try. Well, no,
you gave it a try, Chili, but you're actually good at PvP. You literally entered a tournament in a team, gobsmacked Frosty, the PvP man himself. You gobsmacked him because you stayed alive. I don't know how you stayed alive. The best clip in the bloody world. Oh,
yeah.
And it was just great.
The whole team was after me, and I ended up dropping down to like 40 health, and I still walked away alive.
Frosty deserves it. After what he did at the Chocobo Racing tournament, he deserves it.
Which, by the way, I came in 3rd, I think.
Yeah,
I think it was 3rd. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Happy, but I was like, one of my goals I was saying on stream was like, I really want to beat Mr. Happy at this.
Well, Frosty made sure that happened.
Yeah,
given his just absolute sabotage.
Fat ass Chocobo in way people.
Yeah. People were coming in thinking that I hadn't leveled up my Chocobo, but I had ranked up mine to rank 10 and like had really good stats. I'm like, secret
Chocobo. Yeah, everyone else is just doing it for a good cause. Chili out here actually like training up his chocobo. Like, yeah, let's destroy them.
In my defense, I did see some of the racers make ult, and Rook I saw on Gilgamesh, and I was like, I felt bad and wanted to buy her food for a chocobo. So yeah, look, I wanted a fair match between everyone, ish, kind of.
A fair match, yes. We didn't pay Frosty to sabotage. Yes.
I don't have that kind of money, okay. But I think you said on your stream earlier, Mr. Happy, that Frosty's having a kid.
Yeah.
Ah, it's awesome. Congratulations, Frosty, on the child. I don't know how long left until it's born, but congratulations.
Soon.
Nice, that's good. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Raid. We're
Shadow
never
Legends,
on topic
yes,
ever.
today's sponsor.
That will never happen. I will sell out to a lot of things, but I will not do that, probably.
No, you will not. You will
I'll
not
do it.
that.
Just come to me.
Depends on the money. But no, Mr. Happy, what do you think of the story this tier? Like the I don't know how to feel, but about what was your thoughts on the normal?
There's a lot of
By
implied
the way, spoilers are okay.
story.
Yeah,
well, I figured I wasn't going to go easy. It's like you said, normal's been out for 6 weeks. I didn't take it easy on nothing. Yeah, there's a lot of implied story and lore, which is pretty normal. The first tier of every single raid is always just get your foot in the door. Coil was almost non-existent story-wise for the first one, minus one teaser at the end. Alexander sets up the scene but doesn't do anything with it. Omega just says hi. Welcome to the Tournament of Power. Eden is like, what could we do? Let's start doing it. Okay, we're done. We'll see you later. We'll pick up where we left off. So this one just wants you to try to think about who the characters are. More than anything else, it wants to set up a scene and it wants to set your expectations for these characters. Which, if these characters are anything but our modern day La Habrea and Elidibus, would absolutely shock me.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're both going to. That's exactly who they're going to. I will say it's not story related, but I do wish we had. Well, I guess it's story related, but I wish we did have a single player instance as well. I know a lot of people dislike that, but I kind of enjoy them for a bit of extra story rather than just here is cutscene, here is fight, here is cutscene. Like, I know some people want trash back, and I'm like, no, please, I'd never want trash back. But I did kind of enjoy the single player is to have at least for the Omega fight.
I like them when normal and savage are separated by 2 weeks, not when they come out on the same day.
Oh yeah, when it's separated, it's good. And it would have been annoying if you had to do it too, because you have to beat normal to unlock savage, right? Even when it delay, even when it's the same day. Sorry, even when it's the same day. So yeah, it would be pain in the ass, especially for people that just want to jump into savage straight away. That's why if I was going to do it, I would be like, I guess I'd make it at the end as maybe it's like a skippable, like have it be a thing that affects the story, but have it after the 4th fight or the 8th fight or the 12th fight.
It's the cliffhanger for the next part of the story, but not.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I would be okay with that.
That way, Savage Raiders just do the normal fights and then jump straight into Savage, and those that want to continue with like a story-based fight, they have that as well afterwards. And then after you've done your Savages, you can jump back later on once you've slept again after you've
there is the possibility that we won't have to even think about this, because they have mentioned the idea of delaying Savage every time as opposed to just the one time. Yeah, they didn't confirm they're doing it, but they humored the idea and said the earliest we could do that is 6.2. So
I don't know how I feel about that, because it'd be nice in a way, but at the same time it does mean that the Savage Raiders do have to wait even longer for.
I don't care. I hate skipping the story. I really do. And I also hate rushing through normal. I hate that normal mode is part of the Savage race. That's a big thing too.
No, I'll also admit I do. I'm going to bring up such controversy here, but I like with this tier with crafted gear. I don't know how much I'd like and dislike crafted gear nowadays. Like, I want a reason to do normal, but now that crafted gear can be so cheap because of how easy crafted, I have no desire to jump back into normal mode again at all. Because if there's any jobs I level up, I can just go buy crafted.
I have one motivation to do normal modes. And once that's been met, I don't want to do them anymore. Do you know what that is?
That Minion?
Triple Triad card.
Ah.
That's it. And that's if I can't get it in. Well, that's if I don't also get it from Savage, because most of the time you can get it from either.
I thought the Savage drop was higher anyway, because I actually saw Party Finder. I think it was 4, but I saw one for Party Finder where they were like, we're doing P3S. Why? Because I want Triple Triad card.
Does PS have? Yeah, I think it does actually. I think there's a Phoenix card.
I think it was 3S. I just know I saw in the Party Finder for Savage that they wanted to do.
1S 1S definitely has it, but I don't know. Yeah, but you wouldn't do no. Savage doesn't really have a higher drop rate. I think it does, but it's like 2%, so it wouldn't even be worth.
Yeah, but supposedly that's what they had in the party find. I only seen it once, but I'm like, good.
Good for you going for a triple triad. I mean, to be fair, I just get the triple triad cards out of nowhere.
That's only the 81 dungeon.
Well, like Zodiac's like day one. It was great. It was Zodiac normal.
Our friend Susan that watches the channel is literally needs one triple triad card to get the mount, and she can't get it. And it's the blue mage one, for the final stage.
Oh yeah.
She is struggling with the go boss fight. I have not attempted to try and get all the triple triad cards. I'm not crazy enough yet.
It's not that bad. So. I was like at 170 out of like 312 just from my casual play, and it took me. Honestly, the worst part was I didn't have all my beast tribes, which there were some that were locked behind max reputation, so that took a while. But other than that, like that's 15 minutes of time a day.
I have like 158. I'm looking at it right now, so I haven't put any time in at all.
I don't know.
I want that mount someday because it looks so cool.
This is like a toast or a credit card.
It's a piece of toast. It's jam on toast.
Jam on.
Which, by the way, talking about stuff, I'm still jealous of. You got the troll title, didn't you? I'm so jealous of that as well.
I sure do. Jealous. It took me 3 months.
I say, like, I'm slowly getting close to it. And I just
look. I got the Saints title from doing fishing. I got the Saint of the Firmament title.
From the best times of our stream. It was just
again.
It was great
because I was tortured by sitting there for 15 hours fishing. Sorry. Did you say no?
Nope.
Don't like it. Don't like Saints. Don't want to do it. Too many points. Nope. Mm-mm.
You say you don't.
No pterodons. Nope.
You say that, but give it another 4 months. There's a lull in the content. You're like, oh gosh, I wonder what I'm doing today.
I'll do Palace of the Dead again before I do that.
It's that
Prismine
says, I need to work on a triple triad. Does the mount require cards, including the Endwalker cards? It
cards 1 through 312.
Yeah.
Exactly those cards. I don't even
think they count. They don't count either, do they? So even if you got them,
has to be cards 1 through 312, specifically those 312 cards.
And tournament ones don't count. Special cards don't count.
However, there's one card you can't get right now if you don't have tournament cards. You can't get the Xenos card, the last one, because it requires. Yeah, because you need all but 2 cards that are currently available in the game, and he would be one of them. So the other one would have to be a tournament card.
Oh well, Xenos screwing us over as well. But no, I enjoyed the normal modes. I find a lot of the fights, and go back to raid, off topic, back to the topic again. I enjoyed most of the fights in normal. And I still feel like P4N, as Triad Savage, is like one of the hardest but easiest fights in the game. This is going to sound, as I've said before, this sounds ridiculous, but it's one of those fights that when you go in blind for the first time, it's really hard. But as soon as and it's every fight, but I feel like certain fights, once you know it, it's easy. Again, that's nearly every fight, but there's certain fights I feel like where it's specifically those fights where it happened. I could be weird.
If only people actually learn fights most of the time. I have a big gripe with the Party Finder in a lot of ways because it's a lot of people just trying to learn how to win, but they actually don't know how the fight will work. So if something goes wrong or it goes against exactly what they were told, they just fall apart.
Well, I can't say that I don't do that sometimes.
I mean, it's different between one mechanic and like the whole fight.
Oh yeah. I agree. If you don't, if you screw up one mechanic, that's if you don't understand one mechanic, that's fine. There's sometimes a lot of mechanics to go off at the same time, but it's best to know something about the fight.
And they don't.
Maybe I should stream pugging someday. Maybe we'll have that as a challenge. Can I clear anything as a pug on?
Most likely, but you'll lose your sanity.
I would need it to lose it.
You'll lose it again.
Great to watch. It's good. I just get to watch it. I'm in that like part where I'm not technically playing the game. I just come on weekends and I'm just burnt out of the game right now.
That happens a lot after an expansion launch. You put a lot of your energy into an expansion launch and then you're like, back up.
Well, it was that, but it was also that a raid team kind of kicked me because of servers, even though I like got a character, max level, geared up. And then the servers started being good. Yeah.
Started at some point. Literally the day Monster Hunter Rise came out, all the raiders we sighed a breath of relief. Because up until the day Monster Hunter Rise came out, like if you disconnected an hour before raid on Gilgamesh, that's it. You weren't raiding that night.
Well, yeah, we had that issue a few times where we had DirectX errors during the raid, and we're like, well, guess we're ending now.
Nope.
Someone said, Tibbetson says, it's been the biggest difficulty between Savage and Extremes. I actually learned P1S as opposed to Zodiac, where I just followed the Dorito. Yeah, I barely know the mechanics for Zodiac, and I've cleared it so many times now, just because most people put a Dorito down. It's so easy just to follow them. Like, I think
I think that was really harmful for people who went from Extremes to Savages.
Yeah.
A lot of people doing their first Extremes like, wow, this is great. And then they go to Savage like, wait, where's the Dorito?
Where's the safety Dorito at?
Though I'll admit, I still haven't cleared Heidelin. So
Heidelin was fun. We did that on the stream, and holy shit, I was going in blind, and I love the waves. The waves would.
We've got close, but at this point, I don't want to go back in because I already bought crafted weapon, and
I want the weapon just for glam. Glam is like true end game.
I don't like any of the weapon glams. Oh, really?
Scythe?
I guess there's a couple. Like I one day I want to clear P4S just because I want the hammer for warrior because that look. I'm sorry, that looks the best weapon of all time.
I have to admit they have actually added like a glow to the weapon. Like I felt very lackluster when the weapons came out because it didn't have like a glow, but now these weapons actually have a cool glow, like it's like a relic weapon or something. So I thought that's really cool. It's really nice. The gear looks really nice, angelic. I think even though most of the arenas are either in a sewer or someone's front garden, I'm about to sneeze and goddamn, I had to hold that one back.
Is there any weapons you enjoy from this?
Honestly, I just claim my ultimate weapons over everything. I never really think about it.
Oh, look at me! I cleared ultimates. Oh,
I either take my ultimate weapons and I claim them over, or I just don't care. It's somewhere in between. Like it's like, oh, this weapon looks neat, and then I just don't care. I just like move on.
One day I'll go back and try ultimate again. I've tried T, and I got to Cruise Chaser.
Purple grey or just. That's a she joke.
I tried it once ages ago. I was a monk, and I would love to go back in again one day, but at the same time, I don't want to go back in one day. But
that sounds like most people's experience with T.
But I was always keeping an eye on Rin's disc in case. One day I can do it one day, maybe, probably. Doubt it.
When like Rin and that do the learning parties and helping people out.
Rin and Llama Todd.
I love watching those. I would love to do them again as well. Like I really enjoyed doing Uwu. Like Anna. I just thought that was fun to do. Like actually like fun. I was just playing like a dancer, which was just pretty kind of brain dead in that fight. Because I don't know, they just do like stupid damage. Other than that, I think I kinda want to do T, and I know Thordan's gonna be the next Ultima. So
Dragon Song War.
Yeah. I think I might
Thordan, Nidhogg.
I didn't ask him.
We already know what phase 1 is. Phase 1 is not gonna end favorably.
Would not end.
It's not gonna end well for one honorable knight in particular, I feel.
Oh, that's gonna be a mechanic. Oh,
well, I mean, the first phase is not in the vault; it's on the bridge from the final cutscene in the vault. That is where the first phase happened. So
they're gonna force people that prog in to see that over and over and over again.
Yup. It's literally going to be like a smile better suits a hero, and then phase 2 begin.
How to break.
In some ways, I kind of wish it was like it wasn't at the start, but I wish it had been like for the final lap, the victory lap part of it, and have it like a buff that everyone gets.
Like, I think it will be still because I think we're going to see Hoshfont and Isael both die, and then they're going to do the thing they do in Nidhogg where they come back.
Yeah, that could happen because we kind of already had that before, didn't we? When we pulled out the eyes and stuff. Like,
yeah, I think Hraesvelgr. I think it's good. We're gonna need Hraesvelgr's eyes, and we're gonna have Hoshfont and Isael. It's gonna be funny if there's like a way to save them in the fight, but then you fail because they're not supposed to live, so they can't help you live.
Mission, was it fission mailed?
That's the definition of fission mailed.
So yeah, I want to try. And I'm also looking forward to PvP, if I'm honest. I know we were talking about Feast earlier, but I'm excited for the new PvP that's coming in 6.1.
I don't know if I'm excited for the mode, but I'm just excited for series in general.
Yeah, like stuff.
Yeah,
the battle pass, basically.
Can't wait to see what like kind of mount going to put in, and watch
I'm gonna finish it every series.
And watch half of most of the PvP mold over it.
I don't think there's going to be much in the way of old stuff. I think it's going to be mostly new stuff. I don't think they're going to just filter in the old limited time stuff.
Why is this mount in there?
I think we're going to get some of the mounts. I feel like
I don't know. I don't think we will. I'm betting we won't.
But I'm not. When I say that, I think like it probably is going to be like 1 or 2. I'm not expecting a load, but maybe the final reward will be one of the old mounts
For
like,
the top 100. No, I don't think so. I don't think they're ever going to give away those top 100 unless they bring them back in the actual season, the Crystal Conflict season.
It'd be interesting. In some ways, I hope I've always wanted them to add them as like, this is when Feast was still around, but I wish they'd added them as something you could spend your rewards on your colors on if you wanted to on the second season. Like, say season 4 had season 1 to 3 rewards that you could purchase with your colors if you wanted to. But that meant you couldn't buy the season 4 reward because you could either get one or the other.
I just think they made them limited. They released them with the idea of them being a limited time. I think going back on that's probably not a good idea anymore. Just given the difficulty of obtaining them. Like, don't get me wrong, if they decide to do it, I'll go get it. But
if they kind of do that, but just bring them back with different colors. It's now in poke form. It's now, I don't know, white.
What spider chair, Priz?
Like, don't get me wrong, I want the Allus chair, but I accept that I don't have it.
I have enough mounts as it is. If I'm being completely honest, I barely use the mounts I have.
Same.
Let alone add more mounts.
I just use the roulette.
I need playlists for my mount roulette. I want to make like a Shadowbringers playlist and an Endwalker playlist because I've got too many mounts I want to have on playlists at this point on roulette.
Yeah,
my feeling
cool.
today: a Heaven's Ward, a Stormblood, Endwalker it is.
No, I must be. I do like the leather checker mount now that I have it, but I don't know how long I'm also interested to see if the Gara mounts come back again because they did talk about that as well.
I mean, they are cool. Don't get me wrong, they were cool. I didn't do them because I don't know what I was doing at the time, and I think I was just lazy. Giant mecha horses, like, couldn't like that.
I'm guessing you got them, Mr. Happy?
No, actually, I only got one of them. I only got the one from the Feast. I did not do the BG one. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to win 30 BGs. I really don't care.
Yeah, if you just want to go through pain and suffering, just try and win those. Just try and win one.
Yeah, no, there was no way. I was like, I don't even really like these mounts. Not enough to have 3 of them.
One is.
Yup.
See, I did 3 on Primal and 1 on Aether. I think I think it's because I got the. I think it's the Battlegrounds one I actually got on Aether because I was just using the fact that the XP in PvP was so good at the time, if I'm rightly, before they removed it. Because there was one point, I couldn't remember if it's when this was running, but there was one point where PvP was giving like half a bar XP a match, which was kind of
that was insane. A while ago.
That was around Stormblood. Stormblood launch? Yeah. That was when PvP was the best fun, just because, but also the worst because people would just go in and just stand there the entire time because they didn't care if they won or
puts it. They want their free chicken. Me too.
I'm gonna get a snack after this. I'm
gonna grab another egg.
I wish I had some eggs. I have some Galaxy chocolate in front of me, but it's been sat here like for 2 hours because I haven't actually. In America, by the way, you call it. You call it Dove chocolate, by the way. Is it too late to order? No, I don't think so.
I'm making ramen after this. Is that fine?
Did I hear Dove chocolate? You mean like the soap Dove?
In America, Galaxy is branded as Dove.
Yep. Although soap chocolate sounds great. I would love to clean myself with chocolate. Dude, you know how we get soap in your mouth? Like, ugh, disgusting. Now you're like,
okay.
Nice.
I mean, chicken places are open, right?
Good raid show, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Savage a little bit.
Little bit. Yeah, a little normal story, a little Savage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
that's kind of us, though. We're always really distracted by stuff, to be honest.
I get distracted.
We're not professional. I'm sorry.
Professional.
Yeah, if you want professional, go check out State of the Realm.
That's not true.
More than this. Fine, then. Go check out Aetheryte Radio also.
There's a lot of podcasts.
There's a lot of podcasts out there, like Motion Radio, which is recording tomorrow.
But there's not a lot of British podcasts.
No, actually, they're recording Saturday this week, aren't they? It's the first time they're doing Saturday because they've got a UK guest on. So it
needs to be more UK representative in the podcasting scene.
Yeah, that way we can leave and let someone else take our place that's better than us, which isn't very hard bar. So just start a podcast.
But no, because then we also get was it more patch stuff? Like a bunch of stuff got buffed.
It sure did.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find where that
was.
Like
Warrior.
Bro, this warrior buff has actually been top 2.
Oh yeah, it's good because it doesn't make it you the same as the other jobs because the other jobs had the same potency.
Let me check. Let's see. Shield lob is Shield lob's 100.
Oh, the tomahawk buff to 150. Let's go.
Lightning shot is 150. There you go. And unmend is 150. So it brought it in line with everyone except Paladin.
Oh no, I guess Paladin gets buffed next patch. Again,
buff this time, I must say. Like, you got like friends.
I'm still
the
shocked that
lazy
Warrior got no
truth.
nerfs at all. Like,
I don't know.
I
So I think people really misunderstand what Warrior is strong at because it's like, yeah, it's cool when it heals the full in a dungeon, but it's not that practical.
But
Or
that's
it's
what I
not
was
that
expecting
like
the nerf.
crazy.
that
There's
was the
no
nerf I was
reason. It's like it's a
expecting.
dungeon. Dungeons should be fun. Let them go nuts.
No, but what I'm saying is I was expecting like just a cap percentage on the AoE with Bloodletting. Like, I don't expect much, but I was expecting like it to lower the amount of health you heal per enemy after, kind of like all the other.
I mean, they
that
could
was
have just
all
made
I-
it so that it AoEs in general just are only like
Yeah.
25% of the healing. But it wouldn't matter because it would still overheal them. Like it overheals them so much now that it would just continue to overheal them.
And
So
plus, it's kind
I
of
just don't think it
weird-
matters.
It's kind of weirdly worded because it doesn't say per target. It's just each weapon skill delivered. So when I first saw it, I'll admit, when I first saw it, I thought it was just like the weapon skill. I didn't think it actually. I don't know the way it was worded. I don't know. I just thought for doing the skill, you got like a 400 points to heal, not just the damage. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that dragon sight tether. That's
What tether?
Yeah,
There is no tether in it. You just look at them and then they remember.
I will always
Ah.
remember because it actually my damage.
What were your
That's
favorite
crazy.
things about the changes?
I honestly, I don't have favorite things about most of those. The changes I thought was needed, all the changes that were needed most, I feel like they kind of glanced over.
But then why
it was,
fuck Ninja? I don't understand. Why fuck Ninja? That's the
I mean,
best
Ninja-
part.
Ninja got a decent buff.
It got buffed,
um,
but they changed the right-on thing. Or the
Oh no,
lightning.
that needed to fucking go. That was
I
awful.
enjoyed that.
No, it was
that.
awful in actual content. It's awful to have to do all those gap closers and animation lock, and it was non-stop. No, that needed to go.
But the ninjas got to feel what dragoons felt for Nelly.
No, Dragoons are even like, that's too much, man. You need to stop. Even Dragoons are looking over like, you need to relax over there. No, that was, yeah. But potency buffs are nice. Most of them weren't as much as I feel they should have been. Some of them, I can't believe they buffed Monk. That blew my mind. I was like,
Phantom Rush.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, it's only 150 potency. I'm like, yeah, on their strongest skill, that's always in every buff. So yeah, it's noticeable.
To be fair, with
But-
Monk being shafted for so many expansions, I feel like it
Monk
deserves
was
to be on top of the-
strong. It's
Who
had some
cares?
bad
Needs to
design
be
decisions,
stronger.
but it's been strong.
Who cares? To be fair, not because I used to be Monk main and I'm biased, but I'm biased.
I mean, me too, but still.
I want Monk to be best, but I don't really because I understand that Black Mage and Samurai should out.
Black Mage buffs are nice. Black Mage buffs are probably my favorite buffs. They just potency to a bunch of stuff.
How is Black Mage now? I haven't actually started leveling
Love
up yet.
Black Mage. Love Black Mage. I loved it in Shadowbringers. I love it now.
Yeah, Shadowbringers Black Mage was probably my favorite version of Black Mage.
Well, how about
Anytime I
you
get-
level your black mage, Chili? I reckon everyone should at Chili to level his black mage. There you go. Got something to do, Chili, on stream. There you go. Job done.
Black Mage is so.
Look, I'm
It's on
an
a
80
whole
Black
nother
Mage,
level.
so it's only like, what, 2 hours if I wanted to
And do it.
to the...
Oh, that's just a boring way. Like, don't do shit.
Do fates and sell the gemstones.
I
all
still
that.
need to finish doing all the shared face to unlock that. Look,
Well, there you go.
This is
There
my
you go,
first
yeah.
expansion I've unlocked flying, okay? I have never unlocked flying into expansion.
You lazy,
Yes.
lazy. I ban people who don't have flying from my map parties. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
we're
told
not,
me
we're
that. I
not,
was like,
we're not chauffeuring you around. Go get your flying.
I was so lazy back in the day that for the Pixie Quest, I would shout and pay people.
You can't see my face right now, and that's probably for the better.
I was dropping like 200 to 300k a quest. Like, I need to go over there. 200k. But it's next
What
to you.
what are you, Mr. Deeds? Like what? I don't.
Yeah, that's just Chili's life right there.
Look, I just walk into Gil sometimes, so I have to use it.
Just walks the girl. Meanwhile, me over here, like, penny for the poor.
Yeah, I'll
I
never
can't
forget
teleport.
Primal
Penny
when
for the poor.
an FC member was leaving and they were like giving away 30 million gil. And I had no idea who they were and they were leaving at the time. I was just like AFK eating dinner. Anyway, I was just walking around unlocking job quests and they're like, oh, you found me. I'm like, who? My Primal
you?
character had 30 million gil. I was like, sweet, now, okay.
No, I'm okay. For my life.
I think I got that like 4 years ago and I'm down to like 5 million on Primal. It's done me well. On Aether, though, I am saving up right now to buy a large house. Hopefully the
I am
lottery
so
system
glad
will
I
do me
don't
a
do
favor.
housing. I'm so glad.
Save.
See, I have a small So I want to upgrade from. But I have the advantage of the fact that I want to be in the goblet, and nobody else wants. So
That is a good advantage to have.
we'll see how that works out when the lottery system comes out, though.
You won the lottery.
I also learned that you can't just buy houses. Like, you can't just move over now. I thought they hadn't changed it yet, but they had.
You know what I want to do when they release the lottery system? I want to go to the housing district on the day it picks the winners and just read shout chat to see who wins and who doesn't.
And also see the saltiness in the chat.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be really bad. That is going to be so toxic. I didn't think about that till just now.
What kind of toxic are we talking about? Are we talking about WoW toxicity or are we talking about League of Legends?
Let's just put it this way. Right now, if you go to a house that people are trying to buy and there's like an empty plot, people will send you telling you to go away and fuck off. It's only going to get worse when they have no control.
We're on a League of Legends scale. Okay. God damn.
Yeah, just go to a housing district, try to find an empty one just in your spare time and stand there for a few minutes and see if you get a tell.
You know what? I'm doing that to the stream.
I kind of went up to the one in Limsa because it was a medium in Limsa. And I tried to take it from them, thinking that I could relocate because I didn't know about them relocating. And then I was like, there was so many people, by the way, that my PS5 couldn't load everyone in. It was lagging. They all wanted that medium slot. I know we were supposed to talk about raiding, but housing is a kind of raid. And we talked about fishing, which is kind of a raid.
If you say so.
I mean, people call ocean fishing ocean raiding often. I've heard a lot of people call it that. So
not in my day, they didn't.
Not my day.
Whatever happened? Didn't they talk about adding pirates at one point to?
They sure did. They said that the pirates weren't going to steal from you, though. You were going to have a fishing competition with them. And if you beat them, then you got all their points. And if they beat you, you lost all your points.
There
might be a reason they didn't do that. No, there might be a good reason they didn't do that.
I mean, I guess in a way. But I was kind of looking forward to it because it reminded me of the fishing boat, the pirates that attacked you on 11, except for those killed you.
Yeah, these definitely wouldn't be killing you.
Get your hands on my fish. Get that Glock.
Some days I miss 11. Some days most of the times I don't.
Some days I don't miss 11, and all days I don't miss 11.
I never played 11, and that's how it's gonna stay that way.
Do you plan to do any gameplay of 11 this year? Because isn't the anniversary this year?
Yeah, I'll probably. I mean, I got to finish Rhapsodies just to finish the newest story. I mean, not Rhapsodies. Voracious Resurgence. I'm so thrilled about it, as you can tell.
Yeah,
so thrilled.
I stopped around Wings. No, I stopped around Rhapsodies actually. When Rhapsodies came out, that's when I kicked the bucket. I'm like, I'm out. By the way,
kick the bucket is a very different meaning than quitting a video game. That's not what kick the bucket means.
Character just got shot.
Well, to be fair, Square Enix banned my account, so.
Well, that is a form of kicking a bucket.
I logged in from a different account. They said my IP was wrong. They banned it for a temporary measure, but the email address I had, I couldn't access anymore. So yeah.
So bye.
So yeah, I didn't get banned for anything bad. Okay.
Good clarification.
So, yeah, I don't want Square Enix to come after me like, aha, skipping a ban.
Got him.
Got him.
It's been 12 years, but we've got him, folks. I think it's been about 12 years since I played that game properly. Like, I jumped in a couple of times for the free trials. That's about it. 14 was kind of my first try at raiding because 11 had raiding. 14, it wasn't really the same as what I would put a raiding.
Good segue back to the topic.
Yeah. Imagine if you had to go into, imagine if you had to pay 1 million gil to go into Panda.
You do. It's called crafted gear.
No, but every
what you meant to say is every time. Yeah.
Yeah, but every week you would have to go into, and plus you could technically skip that if you weren't a world firster, you would be able to wait until you get like no. So, but no, imagine every time you went in, you'd have to pay 1 million gil.
I would not be a raider if that was in fucking FL. I'd be like, well, that was a good run.
Everyone got their re-raise earrings, their pots, their ninja tools.
Wow. Ninja tools.
The arrows for Bard. Bards would probably
dude.
have arrows.
Oh, I remember that well. I can do that right now. Put your bows.
But yeah, before we start wrapping up, is there anything you want to add in about this tier, Mr. Happy? Thank you again for joining us.
No problem. It was about 10 minutes of rating and 50 minutes of just fun.
Yeah. That's
no, I don't know because
like
I don't even remember where we left off on the rating topic, to be honest.
I think we're talking about story, and then we were talking about instance fights, and then
I didn't even get to talk about the story. We just
Paul,
demolished from that. I don't even get to talk. Like
story, Paul. Go.
Story. I was actually like really confused. I was still like trying to think of the story, and didn't like he say that like one of them were like La Habrea's like son or something like that?
Yeah, so Eric Tony, as we like to call him, he is La Habrea's, the past La Habrea's son. But I'm convinced that in our time, that by the end of this story, he's going to ascend to La Habrea's seat, and he's going to be the current day La Habrea.
And then or would it be his son? Because isn't the current La Habrea... Oh, no, I'm thinking about Elidibus. That was... Never mind. Because Elidibus...
And the other one is Elidibus. Elidibus is the other character.
Yeah. But wasn't our current Elidibus a child?
Or am I thinking short.
Yeah, this kid's short, you know.
That's true.
He also has the same. So the biggest clue for him being Elidibus is same voice actor. We get to hear his voice at the end of the MSQ, and it's the exact same voice actor.
Well, then that pretty much confirms it. Man, I'm excited to see where the story goes, though, as what you said. And I'm also excited to see, I know it's a 24-man raid, it's not as difficult, but I'm interested to see what we're going to do with the 24-man raid, because we don't know anything about it really at all, except for the fact that it's involving the 12.
Yeah, crash your wedding, you know? It's gonna
we're just going to a wedding. We're going to show up with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, and we're just going to break down the doors.
You know what? I would enjoy that a lot.
You know, it's
24 man's always been fun more than
it's
anything.
It's gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be like, oh yes, was it? It's gonna be like a Hildebrand thing. Was it? They're renewing their vows or something like that, and you know.
I would love if Hildebrand crashed a wedding. We're supposed to get Hildebrand back sometime this expansion.
Yeah, that was the interview question I asked. Yoshi. So I was lucky enough to be able to be part of the media tour and ask him a question, which, by the way, I was exhausted at, because they're like, do you want to be at the North American media tour? I'm like, sure, great. Your interview is at 3 a.m. Thanks.
Yep. You're not the only one I know who had to deal with that.
They then asked if I wanted to skip because it was 3 a.m. I'm like, no, I'll do it. I'm not skipping this chance. How many chances am I ever going to get doing this? Spoilers, probably no more.
I mean,
because I was sat there with my poop hat.
Poop hat.
You got to do an interview as well, didn't you, after your media tour coverage? It was cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of good interviews that came out of that.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Raid was fun.
Raid was fun. And 24-man raid looks like it's going to be fun. The 24-man raid also looks like it's going to be fun. But raid was fun. And cake. Cake was...
I actually did eat the cake. That's why it's not my mouth was full. I did eat the
cake. Prog.
It was such a small amount left. I was like, you know what? I'm really hungry.
Nice. There you go, Rob. We completed the cake.
The cake.
It was just like the corner that's still, it's mostly frosting with like a little bit of the cake left. That was like what was mostly there. Yeah.
I say in my opinion, that's the best part, because I don't mind cake, but I love frosting.
Just grab frosting in a spoon and just be like, all right, that's it. Throwing on sad movie, and here we go.
Finally plans.
It's like, don't tell everyone what I'm doing this weekend. Stop.
I told you
this weekend we're going to the Slezzo Theatre play on Friday on Crystal.
Nice.
Go watch them do their new show live. Arby says, I mean, they sell tubs already. Cookie dough. It's true, they do. I've never actually bought that ever. I don't know why. I don't know. It scares me.
What scares you? Cookie dough.
It scares me that I would get addicted to it. Okay.
I'm not really supposed to eat cookie dough either.
But no, they do edible cookie dough, don't they? Like,
yeah, they do,
made.
But it's not the same.
They make it. See, Harvey, that's the benefit of England. England's eggs are kind of like safe.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I'm so confused.
Listen, if the cookie dough that you're eating doesn't have a chance of giving you salmonella, are you really eating cookie dough?
Yeah, isn't it like you're not going to get it? You're not got a chance of getting ill. What's the point of doing it?
That's half the fun of cookie dough. It's breaking all the rules. It's eating the cookie before it's made.
Screw the rules. I've got cookie dough.
Yep, that's what Kaiba said. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck you know.
Anyway,
time for another S rank.
Nice.
Stab myself.
I rarely ever do hunts. I should, because I do enjoy them when I do them, but I just get frustrated trying to get to them in time.
I like hunt train.
Oh, that's not what I'm dealing with right now. I wish it was just a hunt train.
You're doing S rank.
Yeah, and because it's post maintenance hunt day, which is when there's 250 S ranks available all at the same time.
Yay!
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, fast is certainly what you need to be.
And you get that cool mount if you get them all though, right?
That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm working on. I'm 1/10 through the Endwalker one and like 1/4 through the Shadowbringers.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on that.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Why
because content.
No, it's not.
There's no content suffer.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming
seriously,
on and suffering.
Yeah, I'm sorry for putting up us again.
Listen, I just
no,
hunted
but
the whole. I was hunting. I got through all that just fine.
Thank you.
See,
Have you got any shout outs and other plug before?
I'm Mr. Happy. Just Google it.
There you go.
you
Job done.
Go check out Mr. Happy on twitch.tv, Mr. Happy 1227. Also go check out his YouTube channel. Just put Mr. Happy on the YouTube channel because I'll put it in the description below the podcast. Thank you
Well,
again.
bear
for
in mind the
joining
YouTube
us.
is actually not Mr. Happy 1227.
No, something else, isn't it?
It's my so in 2008 I decided to give my YouTube channel a hyperlink because I had the ability to do so. And they still don't let you change that up to this day. You cannot adjust whatever you did 14 years ago now. So it is still Xehanort 1227 because I was doing Kingdom Hearts videos when I was 18 years old, whatever.
Well, it's like Miones is what Climb Cast or something like that.
Yep. It sucks. I don't like that they won't let me change it. And you know what's messed up? It says in the menu, oh, we'll have a way for you to change this freely soon. It said that for 3 years now.
Oh no, Miones actually changed theirs.
Well, if they change theirs, I need to figure out why I can't change mine because it just tells me see you soon.
Because they were Climb something and now they're Mione 1. So
I'm going to Google. It's got to be something in Google Plus, knowing them.
well, hopefully, thanks to this podcast, something good's happened, and Mr. Happy might be able to finally change his YouTube channel to Mr. Happy. You possibly heard this first here, maybe.
Maybe.
All right, then. How's the ping on OSU?
110 for me.
That's not bad.
Nope. It spikes, but I'll probably VPN just to bring it down a bit.
You're thinking about
'Cause
raiding it now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, you're raiding on Oceania.
Yeah, I'm going to be a scholar.
Oh, well. I think I'm like 180 on Aether. Cool, though. How is Scholar following raids? Because I'm currently playing through as Sage.
Scholar's great. Once you've played with Expedience, you can't play without it.
That's the movement speed, right?
Yep.
The damage reduction.
And it's also damage down. Yep. It's 20 seconds of God mode.
Nice. That does sound really good. I do have Scholar leveled up because I leveled up Summoner because Summoner is basically brain dead leveling up, and I liked it. I don't know what it's like endgame, but leveling up it was very easy.
It's not too bad endgame.
Nice.
Yeah, my summoner says a lot about it. Good. Or when he says, "Oh no, I'm in Ifrit phase," and he has to move. That's all I hear from my summoner in raid.
Yeah, Scholar ain't too bad though.
Paul, have you got any stuff? Like, do you want to shout out and stuff?
I have a lot of stuff. I have a phone. I have some
Biscuits.
I have some
biscuits.
healthy apple slice fruit snack.
No, Paul,
got
shout
mango.
outs and usual stuff.
Shout out. I went. Shout out to everyone who has listened to the podcast. Shout out Mr. Happy for being on and keeping us entertained throughout COVID. Because sometimes streamers do entertain people.
Debatable.
Not us. Not us.
I was referring to me, but you know.
What do you mean?
I think every streamer refers themselves like that.
Self-depreciating humor.
Yeah,
It's what we have. Okay, all streamers have that. It's the only thing we have. It's the only
Low
connection
self-esteem.
between-
Low self-esteem disguised by self-depreciating humor. This is the key.
It's the only content creator thing you need to actually hit.
Yep.
Also, shout out to She Who's I Tank because soon, next month, me and Chili will be meeting up for the first time and meeting them live, IRL. It's going to be great.
Hopefully they don't give you a lot of shit.
I mean, I still have my poop hat from when they gave it to me last FanFest.
There you go. They've
I
officially
had a
given you
snack.
shit one time.
And remember, they gave away edible poops. I can't remember if it was the last FanFest, the one before that. Arvi, who is a wonderful baker, made some edible chocolate mint.
Do you give yourself like a little Joker smile with them just to make it extra intimidating? You want to know how I got these scars?
But no, seriously, I'm looking forward to seeing Arvi and Pete, and I'm not looking forward to the travel because I live in the part of England where nobody lives. I have to travel.
You have to get, what was it, like 10 trains? Like the whole actual journey from getting there and getting back is like 10 trains.
Yeah, 10 trains.
For me, it's just 2 there and back. I'm so happy that
I
my
have to get
town's
2 trains, an underground, and then another train after that.
Give Chili a map, he still won't be able to read it.
Yeah,
Chili's going to get lost in London. We're going to be trying to
Yeah.
find Chili in London. It's going
That's
to
just
be
going to
a
be what
hoot.
we do. We're just going to meet up in London. I'm going to get lost somewhere, and that's going to be the 4 days. Where's Chili?
With colour poops? What Chili eating?
But no,
Crayons.
a shout out to our guest, Mr. Happy. Thank you so much for rejoining. Hopefully, it won't be too as long as we invite you back again. You can say
Yeah,
no
good times.
and run away.
people leave.
Thank you so much, though.
Thank you for
shout
having
out
me.
to everyone that's in and watching us on Twitch. Remember, if we reach 1,000 followers, I will wear an inflatable windsuit stream. Thank you again to Mione for suggesting that, and thank you to Tib and Salts for saying that he would fund it. So I have to do it because I agreed to it. I don't know why I did, but I did. I didn't think we'd get to 1,000 so soon. Okay, we started last year at 600, so it's been a wild year. Again, shout out to Mione for that, allowing us to join Team Whiskers really helped. Big shout out to everyone on Team Whiskers, wonderful stream team community. But yeah, shout out to everyone that listens. We're currently looking for a guest for the next podcast, but we are booked apart from that till March, which is crazy. Thank you again to everyone. Until next time, this has been Moogle Go Around Radio episode 137, and we kind of talked about raiding. Kind of. There were some words. Like 10% rating, which is pretty good for us. So until then, goodbye. Bye.
See you.